Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician. Today we're going to be going into Harbor Freight's website and checking out some of their screwdrivers that I suggest, whether you're a DIYer, weekend warrior that does just a few things here and there, or if you're a weekend warrior DIYer that does a decent amount of work all the way up into the professional field. We're going to kind of go over their range of screwdrivers and the ones I think are pretty decent deals. If you guys have a set that you really like or really dislike, please feel free to drop it down in the comments. I've owned multiple Harbor Freight screwdriver sets in the past. I think I still have one left in my junkyard bag. And first up, we're going to be looking at the Pittsburgh cushion grip screwdriver set. This is a 12-piece set for $7, which is pretty crazy. The first one I ever owned from Harbor Freight, besides their free one that they used to give out, I think they still do it every once in a while, was the one in a little blow molded case with the red rubber handles. I did not care for that set whatsoever. I hated the handles, but granted, it was like probably the same price, around $7 for a 20-something piece set, but I would much rather have this set over that set. But if you were going to use that for like a junkyard set, it's already in a blow molded case. That I guess would make sense. But when I go to the junkyard, I only take a couple screwdrivers with me. I don't need a full set. But this set here is going to be, obviously, we're going to start from the lower end and get into the better stuff. And this handle design is decent. There have been some in the past I've had. It wasn't a Pittsburgh set, but had identical handles to it. It does have good grip. Sometimes the little rubber flaps, I guess, I don't know what you want to call them, can be kind of annoying. Still a pretty decent screwdriver handle for what you're getting. I think it's a good set. You get a stubby, Phillips, and slotted. Then you have basically all your just standard sizes. There you can see exactly what's included in this 12-piece set. So overall, not the highest quality stuff, not the highest finish, but for $7, if you're just somebody that uses them a couple times, maybe a month, maybe you want a set to go to the junkyard, this isn't a bad choice just because you're not spending a whole lot. If you lose them, break one, it's not that big of a deal. Another one to consider is the Pittsburgh 22-piece set. This is going to be a little bit larger set, a little bit different handle design, obviously. And I do believe this one includes some Torx. Yes, that's not a bad deal either. I don't know why this is included, but it is what it is, $11. So once again, lower end quality stuff. But if you're just going to be using these a couple times, a $7 or $8 set, whatever it was, to a $12 set, I wouldn't be upset about even losing the entire set. You know, you're not out a whole lot, but you get a good assortment. Moving on to the next one, if you want a much larger set, keep in mind, I believe this is a 27-piece screwdriver set, and then the rest is the small Allen keys, a few little nut drivers, and a bunch of bits for the multi-bit driver over here. So if you're looking for something with a little bit more versatility, this one is a decent one for the lower end quality stuff. It is, I believe, a tri-lobe kind of handle design to prevent them from rolling away. You get some precision screwdrivers here, some of your smaller screwdrivers over here, as well as a couple of picks. So definitely a nice little assortment. There you can see it a little bit better. But once again, these first three sets that I just showed you are going to be those that just kind of need to have a screwdriver set around for those situations that you may possibly need. Not for those that, you know, use a screwdriver a decent amount. So we're going to get into the sets with a little bit better quality now. Next up, we're looking at the Quinn 15-piece set. I think this is a great set for the price. $28. You're getting a nice tri-lobe handle design, very good grip on them. You get a couple pocket screwdrivers as well. Your wide range. There you can see the tips of both the slotted and the Phillips. It is still chrome vanadium steel, just like the previous ones we looked at. The tips are magnetic, and most screwdrivers, even if they're not magnetic, you can magnetize them as long as they're not a specific type of like stainless steel. Nickel-plated shanks and everything that's included here. But I think for the price, this is a great set. Definitely a step up in quality over the Pittsburgh ones that we've looked at. You got square shafts, so if you needed to, you could possibly, you know, apply a wrench to it. You got pass-through holes up here, which are sometimes designed for hanging the screwdrivers, and then sometimes they're actually designed for pass-through to kind of use it as a T-handle. You can pass another screwdriver through it in order to gain leverage on it. Definitely another one that I believe is good for $28. Next up, we're looking at the one, if I were to purchase another screwdriver set from Harbor Freight, this is the one that I would go with. It's still extremely affordable at $20. You do get the 2 Demolition screwdrivers here. They have the striking caps, and they do sell just a Demolition set as well. It's a 2-piece set, so those are included. So it's nice. You get a couple of Phillips, 1 and 2, your slotted, and then you get the Demolition slotted screwdrivers with the striking cap on the back. And I think these handles are extremely comfortable. They're a 6-sided handle, so they will prevent rolling, but maybe not as much as like a tri-lobe design. And then once again, you have a hex shank on these screwdrivers, so there you can see you can use a wrench to gain leverage. It does have the durable metal core to keep handles firmly attached. And over here you can see what is included in this. So this one's a little bit cheaper than the previous set we looked at, but a much smaller set, but you are getting a couple Demolitions, and honestly, 1 and 2 Phillips are my most common. Every once in a while I'll need, a number 3, but not too often. And slotted screwdrivers, that basically covers everything I could need. Different lengths and sizes. The only thing that I would prefer is a stubby screwdriver, because I personally like to use a stubby screwdriver whenever possible, but not a deal breaker. But getting into the next set is the Icon. Now, when you get up into this price range, this is where you need to start looking at other brands. If you're looking for cheaper options to save you money, the ones that I've went over, I believe to be good ones for those getting, just into using tools up to, maybe you're getting into the professional field. I think the Doyle set would be great. You may need a few more additional ones. The Quinn one was pretty decent. I think it would hold up for a little while, just depending on the type of work that you do. The Icon, I've heard really good things about them. I personally have not used them. Once again, a tri-lobe design. But when you get into this price range, I have probably 5 or 6, probably 5 to 8 different brands, all made in the USA or Japan, that are far superior to the Icon screwdrivers, are around the same price range. Some of them can get expensive, but you can definitely find some good USA-made screwdrivers, Japan-made, German-made screwdrivers that are phenomenal quality for around this price range. But still, Icon has a good set, and it's definitely, there are other screwdriver sets made in Taiwan for around this price range that the Icon set is definitely much better than. But just something to keep in mind when you get into this price range. My thoughts on it, I still think it's a nice set. You get really good versatility here. You got a couple stubbies, your most commonly used screwdrivers. They do have the hex base at the bottom of a couple of the slotted and the Phillips as well. There are chemical resistance, precision machine magnetic tips, and once again with the blow molded case that we see all of the Icon stuff come in, which is a nice organizer. So if you can afford the space in your toolbox, these organizers are fantastic. I understand that it's not for everyone though. Definitely a good quality screwdriver. I like the features of them with the magnetic tip, the corrosion resistance, the hex shank, the tri-lobe handle, dual material. All very nice features of this screwdriver set. The only thing to keep in mind is what other screwdriver sets are available in this price range. Here's just a little bit of information if you guys would like to pause, take a look at it. And then there are the screwdrivers included in this kit. But that is it as far as the screwdrivers I believe to be really good deals, depending on where you fall into the spectrum. If you use, screwdrivers a couple times a year, all the way up to if you're using these on a daily basis. Now, if you're in construction or anything like that, you may need to step it up even beyond this to one of those USA made or German or Japan made screwdriver sets, because I know in construction screwdrivers do take quite a beating, and tips are the main priority of these screwdrivers. So I'm not sure how well the Icon set holds up in that type of environment, but I know in the mechanics environment, they've held up well just from the few people that I've spoke to. And I would really appreciate your guys' feedback on any of these sets if you guys have used them, or if you have others from Harbor Freight that you've used and really enjoyed or really disliked, please feel free to drop it down in the comments. But I will have 2 links down in the comments that say tools and tools continued. Those are going to be 2 links that take you to a long list of tools that I've went over in the past or other tools that I suggest. So that's all there for you guys. And I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.